sparing no nigga, bitch, cause I'm from Dallas, Texas. If he flexing in my section, then we full court press.
Welcome back. Another episode of Straightforward in the H, man. Another school year. Slowly here. We getting there. But what better way to start off the school year with the head honcho, whatever you want to call it, the general, Mr. TSU. We got him in the building, bro.
Hey, man, here, live and direct.
Yes, man. Yes. So, Mr. Javion Cox, how you doing today, brother?
Man, I'm doing good. Thank you for having me on the podcast, brother.
Sir. Yes, sir. So, another episode. This is episode 13, man, and I'm glad to have you on this episode with me. So, let's get into it.
Let's do it.
My first Houston native on the podcast. Man.
What? The first Houston native?
Yes,
oh,
first.
Man.
So, yeah, you an elite company right now. Definitely, you up there, and then I ain't never had nobody from Houston. Me being a Dallas cat, we always gonna sit here and say, Dallas better.
We can look at the facts, though.
The facts is Houston is better. Yeah. I'll admit it. I'll admit it. I'm slowly becoming one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? I've been down here in Third Ward for about a year, and I'm loving it. And shit, it is what it is, man. Just Dallas. But, being Mr. TSU,
yeah.
How does that make you feel? And shit, when you heard the announcement of you winning the election?
Man, I'm not gonna lie, it was surreal because the day of my pageant, like, it was just so much going wrong that day. Like, the day before, I got a call from my seamstress, my tailor. They were like, "Yeah, your suit not gonna be ready by tomorrow." And I was like, "What y'all mean? I done paid y'all all this money. What you mean it's not gonna be ready?" So I had to next day. My phone broke that same night. Like literally, screen just went black on me. I didn't even know what happened. It was just like, what? Like, what's going on? But I tried my best to stay cool. It wasn't really working. But to answer your question, though, it's been dope, man. It's been real dope. Like, stepping into my purpose almost. Yeah. What it felt like when I got it, man, I couldn't even believe it because I was the way they listed off my name, I had won all 7 categories. And that's never been done at Texas Southern University from a king or a queen.
Yeah, clean.
So when they were just like, interview Javion Cox, oratory Javion Cox, talent Javion Cox, I was like, whoa, like, hold on, like,
yeah.
And, people going crazy in the crowd, but I just felt nothing but thankful, man, grateful for the opportunity to showcase what I can do. Like, it's just blessed, man, blessed.
Was this the plan initially, just off the strength of when you submitted your first application to Texas Southern? Was this the plan initially? I'm gonna go in here, do my time, and then I'm gonna
become Mr. All right.
Yes,
yes and no, right? No, based off my initial plan, what a lot of people don't know, I'm a first generation independent college student. Mm-hmm. Like, college was not always an option. There was actually a situation that happened, and I ain't never told nobody this, so I'm actually just opening up on the podcast. I was a junior in high school. We were living with my grandmother, my mother, my brother, my twin brother, my baby brother, and we were living with my grandmother. And her house burned down. Like, it was some electrical fire in the middle of the night. We weren't there. My grandma and my grandpa were there though, and some electrical fire caused the house to burn down. And I was homeless, man. I was homeless, like, really, like, bad. But it was because of that and because of the school hearing about it that I was able to kind of maneuver my way and get this assistance to go to college. Like, my guidance counselor, shout out my guidance counselor. She really came through because once she heard my situation and she had already kind of knew me, she wanted to ensure that I made it into college. So I was able to file as an independent due to being homeless. I was able to, apply for those loans that I needed because, with all due respect, I had no idea. My mother, she had no idea what to do, how to apply for college and things like that. So, man, everything happened for a reason. But once I knew I was going to Texas Southern, that's when I can say I knew what my plan was, because I was like, if I'm going to take this time and I'm going to make this effort, be the first person in my family to pursue this higher education, I'm going to take it for everything I can. And I saw Mr. TSU at the time. His name was Chris Jones, and he was just this status, this symbol. Like, even during COVID, like, I was just like, man, like, what do I got to do to become that? I always saw him walking around in this suit. He was dapper, man. He was a sharp dude. So just seeing that and seeing that influence and seeing that example, I just wanted to set out and grab it myself. So yeah.
I like that, because, you know, oftentimes I catch myself looking at those other people of those statures that I would like to be a part of. And shit, at some point you just got to reach out there and just reach for it, bro, and go do it. And just go do it. What could you say that you've learned just from sitting back? I know we just had the last Mr. TSU, Taylor, I believe his last name Getwood.
Yeah, Taylor Getwood. That's my dog. Like, that's my brother for real. Like, he was my brother before we actually started an organization together called Brothers United. We joined a fellowship organization together. He my deuce called United African American Men. So like having him as an example, he really set an example of what a king in this new and age was supposed to be, because there's this culture around being an HBCU king at the moment where, you know, there's 98th queen and the 15th king. Yeah. You know, so people really look at the king as you're an escort, or you're there to just be there for the queen. But Taylor came through. He came through. He had a big personality. His queen at the time, her name was Mel. She had the more laid-back personality, so he always was out. Yeah. And then he went on and won Mr. HBCU, and then that just pushed the status quo forward. So having him as an example, having the prior Mr. TSUs as an example, like Chris Jones, Montgomery, like they just, what can I say, man? It was inspiration. I just got to give it that. It was an inspiration. And now with my platform of continuing the impact, that's the platform I ran on to become Mr. Texas Southern University. It's just continuing that, taking everything that we've learned from one another and, you know, innovate, motivate, find our purpose, put action behind what we do, establish the community and trust within each other. That's what the acronym for impact is, and continuing it on. Yeah.
Hey, this boy laying down some shit real quick. I ain't gonna bullshit. Yeah, you got me. Yeah. Okay. But how was that conversation with Taylor afterwards, after you had won? I could imagine that, you know, y'all had talked about it and what to expect, but just the ultimate congratulations, you know, coming from him, your brother, like you said. What was that like, man? It
was almost on stage. I say the deepest conversation we had after I won was when we were on stage together. And like he was handing me the sash and he was crowning me and stuff like that. He was just like, man, I'm so proud of you. And those words really stuck, man, because it's like it's one thing if somebody you don't know or somebody, you know, who you're not really that close with is, you know, giving it to you, because, you know, it's still the honor of receiving the platform, but to have my brother, you know, give it to me and really, you know, he's been a support system all the way through. So it was an honor, man. It was, yeah.
So in your campaign video, you said the TSU transforms and transcends lives. In what ways has Texas Southern, you know, transformed and transcended your life?
Man, where do I start? So being from Houston, I could say, like, I was already very equipped to the culture, you know, the fast life before I came to college. But growing up, like, I wasn't who I am today. Like, if in all honesty, like, growing up in Acres Homes, you don't really see people dressing up. You don't really see people striving to be better. It's everybody doing the same thing, and I was right down that road myself. I got people in the Acres Homes right now who I went to school with doing the same stuff, you know, that we started doing. They either in jail, and I got brothers, homies who I grew up with who are dead right now due to the violence that occurs out there. So Texas Southern gave me that opportunity to see the king in myself. Like, it gave me the opportunity to escape what I had known and rebrand myself, because that's exactly what I did. When I got on campus, I did a complete rebrand just because I was like, man, don't nobody out here know me. Yeah. So they don't know what I come from. They don't know nothing about me except what I show them. So I might as well show them what I want to be. And eventually that same kind of narrative of what I wanted to be, people were saying for me, like, oh yeah, he always, you know, like this. I wore a suit every day. Like, no, like, that's cap. That's cap. I'm lying. I wore a suit once a week. Like I made sure, or I tried to at least business casual once a week.
I will say that you definitely caught me by surprise today coming in the suit.
Yeah,
I said whatever was comfortable. And this man showed up in the suit, y'all. So you know what I'm saying. Last show we had somebody bring some merch. This show we got somebody in the suit.
Man.
We moving up in the world.
I actually got some merch. I'll put you in there. I got a brand for that.
Okay.
But Texas Southern gave me the opportunity to grow as a person, as a professional, create a lifelong connections. Like TSU really pours into you with that family dynamic. Like I got people in janitorial service. Hey, Unc, what's up? How you doing today, man? How your day going? He's like, hey, baby, we all good. You know, we fly. So it's just that connection. And what else can I say about transcending lives? And it gave me opportunities that I would have never got. I just got back from Tokyo with the debate team in March, just because of my skill sets with theater and acting, and they took that and cultivated it into something that now we're going out international champions. And of course, that team already had those wins under their belt, but they built me up to be able to contribute to that legacy. So yeah, man, TSU just
You just touched on it for a second. I know that you're a double major, acting and what else?
Education.
Yeah. So how how do you manage to balance that while being Mr. TSU, while being on the debate team, going over here to Tokyo, going over here because I know that y'all flew out to Atlanta for I think it was the HBCUs. It was all the HBCUs together.
Oh, that was we were in at the beginning of the summer we were in Georgia. We were in Savannah, Georgia though.
Savannah.
For NASAP. It's a Student Leadership Institute. And we got to meet with a lot of the other HBCU student leadership, but also people who kind of could give us advice on how to be better leaders. And then in New Orleans recently, we had Kings and Queens, where I got to connect with just specifically the kings and queens of other institutions, and kind of, we see who does what, how do we do this. It was really just networking opportunities and how to grow as a leader. But your question was balance.
Yes, balancing it all. Especially Tokyo, that's far. That's far.
Yeah, man. It's been a juggling act. Sometimes I feel like a monkey in a circus. But it's mostly about that calendar, man.
Yeah.
You really have to juggle. Really. What I'd say has helped me keep that balance was, one, having a support system, reliable people that if I give them a task, they can complete it, and I don't have to worry about it. Secondly, it's organization, keeping that organization, because that's something I had to grow with. I was not always super organized. It almost killed me to write stuff down. But once I learned, no, you got to write this down or you're not going to remember it.
Yeah.
You got to put this on that calendar. You got to put this in that agenda. So I went and bought a big whiteboard calendar, put it on my wall, and just kept it up to date. And that's really been helping me, keep things in line, sticking to schedule, and learning how to say no. Oftentimes I get offered a lot of opportunities, and even as bad as I want to pursue them, I have to say no for whether it's sometimes I got to say no just so I could rest. I could take a nap that day, because I'm wearing myself out. But yeah, I'd say those three things.
I say, and I agree with you too, saying the word no. I feel like that once you get to college, that's where you truly learn how to say no. For the people that don't really say no, because I'm one of those people that does not say no.
It'd be hard, man. It'd be hard.
Yeah, it's so hard because I didn't grow up hearing the word no. So I don't want to tell nobody no. And I'm starting to learn it now, but you definitely do got to learn how to say no, man.
Yeah, for real.
So Tokyo, tell us about this, man. Tokyo, debate team.
Yeah, man, I'm on the internationally acclaimed Texas Southern University Thomas F. Freeman debate team. The reason I joined, I did do debate in high school, but looking back, compared to what I'm doing now, that wasn't nothing. And I was good in high school, but the TSU debate team has a rich legacy of success. So when you join, or if you even attempt to join, you have that pressure of, I have to go in these rooms and be successful, not only for myself, but not only for my team, but for the years of success that have come before me. So when I had that pressure on me, my fellow teammates and stuff, we really just wanted to rock out. So yeah, Tokyo was the international championship, or the international debate. And you do debates throughout the year to earn points to accumulate speaker points, basically. So we went to Virginia. The team went to Alabama, New York. Like there's tournaments all over the United States. And the international tournament in Tokyo, you know, we was out there for a week.
Yeah.
Competition was on like 2 days. Yeah, we only competed for like 2, maybe 3 days.
So y'all had a lot of time.
And then we was out there enjoying Tokyo for the rest of the time.
Okay.
Yeah, that was, man. I would have never thought I'd just be overseas.
Yeah.
Off talking, off speaking properly. Like,
what type of things did y'all go and do? Like, you know, obviously went and ate and, you know, maybe amusement park or whatever. You know, maybe they got a Dave and Buster's out there. Or you never know. But
yeah,
you know, what was that trip like? What did y'all get into?
Something that really stuck with me, because it was a lot, man. We were doing a whole lot. But something that really stuck with me was when we went to Mount Fuji, and just kind of like we went up the mountain there. You know, they got all the gift shops and stuff like that. But it was just an eye opener. Like, I'm on top of Mount Fuji right now. Like, but a lot of other fun stuff we did. You know, visiting the strips, like the markets and stuff. My least favorite part was, because I got to put it in there somewhere. My least favorite part was the transportation. Like, they got a lot of trains. Yeah. You know, I'm from Houston, where everything is very spaced out from each other. So you got to take 25, 30-minute trip just to go somewhere. But this, man, you get on train A to ride for 3 minutes, 3 stops to get off and wait 20 minutes to get on train Ginza. You get all to train Ginza, feel like you're going in the opposite direction. Like, our first night there, we got on 5 trains just to get to the hotel. We got on 5 trains just to get to the hotel, and it took us 2 hours to get from the airport to the hotel.
It almost make you look at, you know, America differently.
Yeah. I mean,
just the way that we move, and they're taking trains everywhere. We're hopping in our car going everywhere.
And they moving, man. Yeah. They moving like you gotta, and they packing their like.
It's a different type of system that they got.
Wall to wall, yeah, for sure.
But I like the structure of it all. That's what I do like. But Mr. TSU, gotta ask. Okay. You know, as a current student myself, what can we expect going into this school year? And we have class Monday, kids.
Yeah. we have class Monday, this Monday. Some things you can expect from me. First off, the work. You're gonna see what a Mister is capable of this year. I really want to break that stigma of the Mister is just, you know, the Mister. Oh, he's the Mister.
Yeah.
But then there's the Miss. Like, of course, we have our misses that we pour into and we love. Well, I'm always going to be an advocate for protecting Black women and promoting them, because I feel like that at this time, the Black women in society are going crazy in every aspect.
They having their way.
From athletics to music, Black women are definitely.
Shout out to Shakiri.
Shout out to my girl.
Yeah.
But, you know, Black women are having their way, but I really want to show that power that we have as Black men. One way I'm going to do that is by connecting with individuals like yourself, individuals out there, like whoever's watching this right now, those people who have that drive to build something of not only substance, but something of quality. You can expect different type of events. I'm trying to bring the life back to TSU, man. We've been through 3-4 long years between administration switching out on us. You know, we just lost our president. She was here for 2 years. So we have a new interim president who has a lot of great ideas. And then, you know, bringing that culture back, because I feel like after COVID, Texas Southern University was hit with a problem of engagement. Like many other institutions, actually, I found out connecting with those other kings and queens that this is not a problem that just we face individually, but everyone's facing. So bringing that culture back to Texas Southern University. Now, I can't tell you too much as far as what the events we got planned, because I want them to pop out. If I tell you now,
I was finna slide in.
Because if I tell you now, I don't think they'll be appreciated or understood in their entirety. But, you know, if I make you wait a little bit, and then when it's time, it pop out, they're like, oh, this man wasn't playing. He brought that hot. Yo.
So he's telling you that there's more, folks. There's more. So stay tuned.
Be on the lookout.
Yeah. So Reggae Fest, bro. I do a little research.
Man, you know.
so tell me about Reggae Fest, because I was just talking to my moms about this. She down here right now. And I was like, you know, I'm finna do this interview. And I want to bring up Reggae Fest to him, but only person that I know that does reggae is Bob Marley.
One of the GOATs.
So,
yeah, one of the greatest of all time.
You know, and she was like, come on now, you got to know more than that. At least you know who Lauryn Hill is, right? I said, yeah, I know who Lauryn Hill is. But tell me about how Reggae Fest was for you and the different experience that was for you.
Yeah, so this is my second year in a row going to Houston's Reggae Fest. It was really just a thing. I discovered it last year. I think a friend told me about it. And it's just connecting with the culture. You know, Houston, Texas has a plethora. You know, I really like to think we're the Southern melting pot. Like where New York was the original melting pot, we're the Southern melting pot. Because Houston, you're gonna find everything out here. You're gonna find,
especially for your business.
Yeah,
you want to do business? Come on out here.
Come to Houston. Well, actually, no, don't come. No more people come to Houston. The traffic is bad enough. But yeah, I just wanted to experience the culture, experience the vibe, and that's exactly what it was, man. It was positivity. One thing I can say, when you got a group of just beautiful black people and they're all smiling, we're all supporting each other. People I don't even know coming up to me saying, "Hey, brother, how you doing?" Like, it's that sense of community, and that, you know, that's why I went. I loved it. Yeah, it was a dope time.
You got a top 5 reggae artists?
My top 5 reggae artists.
And okay, before you get into it, I want to know what turned you on to reggae.
To reggae?
Yeah.
Well, my grandpa used to listen to reggae music a bit, but what got me into it was, I don't know what did get me into it. Cause I feel like I've always known about it, but like what kind of just.
You might be the first person I've met like face to face that, you know,
just like reggae music. Yeah, I mean it's the content, man. To be honest, like of course you got your fun content, your lit content and stuff like that. It's always gonna be that. But reggae music and the kind of people like Rastafarians, what they support is, you know, the connection of people. They support the that we're all interconnected, and that there's always this sense of positivity around not only their music but their culture, and I think that's what drew me to it. Back to my top 5 reggae artists. I'm gonna go off the rip. Bob Marley. I'm gonna get a second spot. Oh, there. So I'm sitting there trying to find who it is. So it's Bob Marley, but it's Bob Marley and the Wailers. They're like, you know, an accompanied group. There's Burning Spear, who also he go by another name too, if I'm not mistaken. But Toots, Dennis Brown, they on the list. I had to look, man. I was tripping, but it's another group I can't think of them. It's like the Children of the Child Star, something like that. But my real reggae people, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Okay, man. So Clover Club, Houston, Texas, the clothing bread. So
make your own luck. Clover Club, that's the motto.
Where did the name come from? Let's get the backstory of it. You know, everything has a story.
Yeah, it do. And this is actually a really funny story. So, well, to me it is. I actually started, so Clover Club is based off of something like when I was living in Acres Homes, this is during high school and stuff, me and my little group, like my little clique, like, yeah, you know how everybody got them high school cliques. Yeah, I used to run with blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
We called ourselves the Clover Boys because we was from Acres Homes, and in Acres Homes, the neighborhood that my grandma used to live in is called Heather Glen, and Heather Glen had this sign outside of it that had like these 2 big clovers on it. So we was like, yeah, we Clover Boys, like that's what it is. Like we doing dumb stuff, man. I'm not even gonna get on here and say all the stuff I was doing because I didn't even want that to be a reflection of who I am now. But once I got to college, I kind of didn't really let it go. I was still holding on to it a little bit, and I wanted to rebrand it. And at first it was like it went through a couple of variants, but we ultimately came with Clover Club because like the mission that we had for the Clover Boys was, you know, our goal was to make it out. Our goal was to work together to help each other, and whatever that meant. Like if you needed something, I had you. If I need something, you got me, because the situations that we were living in, like I was sleeping at my homie crib for like weeks on end, like just cause, you know, different situations I had going on. But CloverClubHtx came from the, you know, the Heather Glen Clover Boys, and now it's like the club to be more inclusive, like a members only type status. But it's really based off the thought, like I kept being told coming up, they was like, oh, you just lucky. oh, you like, man, you lucky, man, you lucky. And I was like, man, luck don't got nothing to do with this, man. This is the result of two things, and that's being blessed by the one Most High and hard work. So people oftentimes call those people lucky. They often say, oh, you a golden child or whatever. Like, it just was, this was for you. And, to an extent, that's true. Like, what's meant for you always going to be for you. Yeah. But, ain't no luck. You make your own luck. There's actually a quote. It says, luck is the result of hard work and being prepared and being in the right place at the right time. So if you're prepared and you're in the right place, people are going to say you lucky because, you didn't know what was going to happen that day, but because you prepared for anything and you just so happen to be in the right spot, it could be classed as luck. So, yeah, we the Clover Club. We make our own luck.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I've been told a lot of times I was lucky, too, but I'm just like, man, you just ain't got it like me. I'm a little arrogant, though. What would you say that that this brand is made for, is tailored for? What specific group of people?
I'd say right now where we're at is more of a streetwear. It's more of a streetwear brand at the moment, but I'm looking to expand it into more of luxury goods. And the original idea I have of Clover Club is I didn't want it to be just clothes. Like, it's not a clothing brand, it's a brand. Like, I want to make furniture. I want to make art, like different. Cause I do a little painting. I know Basquiat, but I do a little painting. And being a theater major, being a creative, period, I always find ways to kind of engage that side of myself because it helped me feel alive, if that makes sense. Like, if I'm not doing something, like sometimes during them summer months I be feeling dead. Like, I feel like my body dead because I'm not doing something. I'm not being active or creative. But yeah, right now it's a streetwear brand enthusiast for those people who love to, not only put that thing on, but also who believe in the vision. And I actually just did a drop. We got MJ right here in the stew, but he also on my new shirt. So make sure y'all tap in with the MJ Legend tee. And yeah.
Okay. So the most recent drop, what did it include?
So I got 5 new shirts, 2 Clover Club Studio designs. It's like a members only shirt with a members only tag. Then I got a lot. So I got this one shirt, but it comes in 3 variants. It's like a ski. It's like a shorty in a ski mask, but like the way it's designed, like
I think I may have seen that one on Instagram.
Yeah. It come in green, pink, and black. And then I got the MJT, which is a set that also comes, since it was hot, it was summertime. It comes with a green, like these green mesh shorts. But yeah, so that's everything that's dropped. The prior drop was like during Halloween, kind of, so it was a totally different design, and it ended up becoming kind of the face of the brand. Yeah. And I didn't even like that design that much for it to become my staple design, but people was rocking with it. It sold out like 3 times, so I was like, okay, let me actually try to put something together I like for real. So yeah.
Okay. So homeless at a point in time.
Yeah, man.
Now, Mr. TSU now, currently, 5 years from now, where could we see Mr. Javion Cox at?
Well, first and foremost, as far as career-wise, staying a creative, I plan on being a bigger voice as far as Houston, not only Houston culture, but like positive things going on in Houston. You'll definitely see a lot more. I'm not gonna speak on that yet. But where you can see me, I plan on going to education, with the education major. Yeah. And I actually jumped into education because it was because of my theater teachers and my guidance counselor that I became who I am today, teaching me just like, there was times in high school where I didn't pay for a lot of things, and my teachers would pay. Yeah. Like my theater teacher, Miss Wilson, bought my Letterman jacket for me. Like, she paid, my teacher, Miss Goodman, helped pay for my a little prom package, like all of that stuff, because they really believed in me. And
they seen something in
you. Yeah, and I want to be there for others. It was actually my middle school teacher that got me into acting. Like, I had just transferred from a new district. I had, I didn't know where I was. Like, I was just like, man, I was 2 weeks late into the semester, and I was just like, yeah, just put me in anything. And I ended up getting in theater, and he was like, nah, you gon' do this if you gon' do it. And I fell in love with it. I was like, man, hold on, this kind of fun. And yeah, so education, you can definitely see me. My plan is to get my master's in either something higher ed, something of that nature. I gotta be a doctor before the age of 30. That's the plan. I'm speaking that into existence. Okay. Doctor before the age of 30.
Manifestations, baby.
Yes, sir. Who knows? In this economy, I want to say a homeowner, but in this economy, we gonna see.
All I know is if Biden makes it to another term, I'm about this state. I'm about the states in general.
You said Biden or you mean Abbott?
Nah, Biden.
Biden.
If he makes it to another term, bro, I can't do it. I ain't gonna lie.
Wait, so why you out Texas though?
Well, I'm out of Texas in general because I've been in Texas my whole life. I'm leaving Texas. Like I tell my partners every first opportunity I get, I'm getting up out of here.
So where would you go?
I'm looking at New York, Atlanta, Florida, somewhere in Florida.
Okay.
But you know, I'm a
New York cool. New York cool. It be, and this ain't no diss to my New Yorkers, but it be stinking, man. When I was out there, it was everywhere I went stunk. I was like, man, what is this? It don't smell. Ain't no fresh air. Like
I don't really get that because I stayed there for like 4 days. I stayed there for 4 days. I was in Times Square, and it was amazing. I didn't see not one rat. Everybody's always talking about these rats. I've never seen a rat.
I did.
So I had a mentor that was from there. He was like, man, you just don't know, accent. You just don't know, man. They got big old fat rats about the size of a cat. I said, no way.
For real, bro. I saw one. We had to get on that train, and I saw one in the train.
In the train?
Crazy. I mean, I ain't go near it. I wasn't about to test that theory.
That's how you know that they are so used to just people.
Yeah.
The fact that they done got on the train and riding with
chilling.
y'all.
He like, yeah. What's up, y'all? I'm on my way to work.
This is too normal for the rat. The rat community, I don't know, man.
Stay out my crib.
I'm kicking it.
Don't let me see.
Man, yeah, I can see myself in New York. You can see yourself in Texas after it's all done, as far as school.
Honestly, I love Texas. I really do. I really love Texas.
It's too hot.
It is hot, man. It's like 107 average, man. But I love Texas. I love being from Houston. I love being from Texas. I feel like we have a culture that not a lot of people have. Like from our inclusivity, Southern hospitality, and also how we rep our own stuff. There's a lot that come from Texas that people don't know. Like swangers came from Texas, slabs came from Texas.
Yeah.
Double cup, everybody want double cup now. Came from Texas. Push and P.
That came from Texas.
That came, bro. You supposed to keep it P. It was like keep it player. That came from Texas, bro. I ain't gonna say what part, but you feel me.
I used to feel the same way about Dallas, but then
Dallas, man.
I love my city, man. I love my city.
Shout out Dallas, man. People that know me know I talk a lot of mess about Dallas, but shout out Dallas.
Yeah, we don't tolerate a lot of that around. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Kick me off the show.
I ain't gonna lie to you. But this has been episode 13, man. Another great one. I appreciate you coming through again.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, man. Anytime.
Y'all keep tapping in, keep liking, subscribing, reposting, whatever you do. And shit, we out, man.
We out, man.
Don't be sparing no nigga, bitch, cause I'm from Dallas, Texas. If he flexing in my section, then we full court press.